and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to discuss current affairs of 28th April 2024. So here I am taking daily edition of Hindu and we are going to pick out the articles which are important from our examination point of view. So first important thing is you have to know which article I have to pick up. So for that there are two sources. So first one is you have to see your syllabus. So if you are going through your syllabus copy, then you will be identifying which are the articles important, and even if you see some keywords which are present directly in your syllabus, that will be appear in your topics or titles of the topics. So in that way you can select right article for your preparation. And next one is you have to go through your PYQs, previous year's questions. And one trick I want to share is, if you want to clear your prelims, go through your PYQs. Yes, because in these many years UPSC covered almost all topics. So there is nothing like new topic to be covered, especially you have to keep aside current affairs. From current affairs point of view, they will be covering new topics. But from your static like polity, history, geography, etc. yes, they will be already almost all topics are done. So go through your PYQs. So in this PYQs you have to see the statements and analyze each and every statement, like why it is correct or why it is wrong. And even in some questions you will be saying only A, B, C, D options, like for example A, B, C, D. So if answer is A, okay, it's good. So what is this option B, what is this option C, and what is this option D? Do analyze something. So Google it and try to know about that. Because these options, they may become your question 2024 or 2025. Okay, so those options will become questions. So that thing that we already saw in geography previous questions analysis. So that geography previous question analysis, I said important themes where UPSC is asking question and how options they are coming as next year questions. Okay, so do this exercise. It will be very helpful, and thank me after completing your prelims if you are doing this PYQ analysis good. So at least from 2011 to 2023, so do this exercise for next 10 to 15 days. Okay, so that you can easily clear your prelims. It is 100%. Yeah. And now let us see the first important topic. So first topic is Union government releases disaster relief fund for Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So actually here these states like Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, recently they were in drought and as well as floods. For example, Karnataka experienced a drought and Tamil Nadu experienced two important events. The first one is Cyclone Vikong and second one is Tamil Nadu was in floods. So here these two states, they appeared center. So I will be telling you the background, what happened. So before seeing that background, I want to make a small announcement. We in Rathods IAS, we are going to launch new batch of offline foundation course for your prelims cum mains. Okay, prelims cum mains. That is PCM batch, and the name of this offline foundation course is Sampurna. It is nothing but completeness. That means we are going to give you complete guidance in all your stages, like stage 1 is prelims, next stage is prelims, and next one is guidance, interview guidance. So in all these stages we always with you. That is the meaning of this Sampurna. This is the name of that program. That is GS prelims cum mains offline foundation course. And one more thing is we also came up with this policy of 50% refund if you are not even clearing your prelims. So we will be there with you in all stages, but even if you are not clearing the first stage, then we are going to refund 50% of your amount that you paid. And some key features is like daily 5 hours of GS classes. That means we are dealing with 2 subjects every day. And next one is we are going to provide free study space with faculty support, so that if you are having any doubts, you can clear with the faculty. And in that study hours, you are going to focus on 3 important things. So first one is revision, and next one is practice of previous year's questions, and as well as daily prelims and mains questions practice. And next one is NCERT coverage will be there in those study hours. And we are also going to focus on comprehensive current affairs from last 2 years, because questions from your prelims and mains you asked from this comprehensive current affairs. So we are going to discuss that. And mentorship there with the toppers. So toppers will be guiding you. So I think many of you may not be like believing our words like mentorship will be given with toppers. So today by evening we will be posting one session. So that happened yesterday itself. So the session taken by IFOS officer, that is Indian Forest Service officer, and her name is Lavanya ma'am. So she is from 2022 batch. Actually she took yesterday class for our students and she guide like how to sail through this prelims. So we will be posting this video by evening so that you will be getting, okay, you will be believing us like what we are saying that we are doing, okay. And this batch is going to be started from 27th May onwards, and actually admissions are going on and very few seats are left. So try to book your seat as soon as possible. So if you want to take admission, so you can call us on this number, or you can directly come to office in Ashok Nagar, Hyderabad, and you can directly meet me and you can talk to me. And this is also WhatsApp number. You can text for the further details if you need to on this number. So where is this offline location located? In Hyderabad, in Ashok Nagar at pillar number 36. Okay, and this page which shows about our toppers, rank 36, rank 110, 593, 624 and 901. So these are the students from the different programs of essay, ethics and current affairs, and as well as mains answer writing program. And even one of our students from prelims test series also cleared this examination. And these are the testimonials which were written by topper 13, 16 and 288. They used our Hindu analysis in their preparation. So in this way I always say that this is the actual way of reading current affairs. So don't read and make notes like whatever that is given in the articles in newspaper. That is not useful. That is useless. So what are the things that I am saying? Try to follow that and try to think in that dimension so that your thinking process will be improved for sure. And next, you will be start correcting the things. Then only you can write a beautiful answer and as well as a well documented, organized essay. Right? So now let us see the first topic. So our first topic, it is about National Disaster Relief Fund. Correct? So first topic, it is about National Disaster Relief Fund. So what is the background? So first let me explain you the background and later on I will be giving you dimension. Okay? So first here southern states like Karnataka and as well as Tamil Nadu. So Karnataka faced this disaster called as drought. It is very important. And next Tamil Nadu faced disaster because of cyclone Mekong and as well as floods in Tamil Nadu. And these two states, they approached central government or union government to release fund. But the central government denied. It had not released. And finally, these states, they went to Supreme Court and they filed a petition regarding releasing of these funds. And finally, Supreme Court directed center to release funds and now central government released funds. So this is the background issue. And now let us see like what are the facts that you have to see. So actually this topic is important from GS paper 2 under polity, because even in your polity Lakshmikant there is inclusion of this topic called as National Disaster Fund and State Disaster Management Fund. So here you have to see those two important chapters from Lakshmikant. Okay, that is from your polity. And this article is important from your disaster management, which comes under GS paper 3. And this disaster management is important only for your mains, not from your prelims. Okay, so this one should be very much clear. And you have to say like what is the meaning of disaster first. What is the meaning of disaster? I want to give you one small information regarding that so that you can understand what is the exact meaning of disaster. For example, if there is any earthquake which happened in a desert, if there are no people who are inhabiting there, So what will be the loss? The loss will be very, very minimal, and even sometimes it is negligible. But if the same earthquake which happened in metropolitan areas, then what happened? That will leads to loss of property, loss of life, right? So that is called as disaster. So whenever earthquake which happen in uninhabited areas, it is not called as disaster. But if the same earthquake which happen in any like inhabited area where it is causing loss to property, life, etc., then that is called as a disaster. Okay, I hope you understood the meaning of disaster. So whenever it is causing harm to life or injuries or loss of property, okay, everything that will come under disaster. And here you have to see like floods. Okay, here floods. And next you have to see cyclones. Here you have to see drought. Okay, from disaster management point of view. And you have to see like disaster management cycle. So in this cycle we have pre-disaster, we have disaster and post-disaster. So what are the steps we have to take? Okay, to address these issues like drought, cyclone and as well as floods. And even this type of articles you can get even in your GS paper 4 under ethics. Okay, so as a district magistrate, it is your responsibility to come up with vulnerability mapping. Okay, you have to come up with this vulnerability mapping, and also you have to go for proper assessment before disaster occurs. And during disaster you have to take some steps like awareness, etc. And the post disaster you have to take like rehabilitation and reconstruction steps. Okay, so in this way also you can get case study. And apart from that, you have to see what is this National Disaster Relief Fund, and you have to see who is going to control that, and what is the mandate, why we have to keep that National Disaster Relief Fund. So all these are the different dimensions regarding this topic. And I hope you are getting like how to read an article in different dimensions by connecting different subjects. So if yes, please hit the like button. And one more thing is, I am giving like Google review link in PDF of this class. So click on that link and please do give your valuable rating and as well as review regarding Rathods IAS Academy, because it will be very helpful to us. Okay, if you want to say thank you, so don't say thank you to me. Just click on that link and give your rating and review. Don't forget. Yeah, now let us see this article in detail. Yes, why it is a news? So weeks after governments of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, they moved to Supreme Court seeking the funds for calamities such as Cyclone Mekong, floods and drought last year. So now Union government ordered to release around rupees 3,730.82 crore regarding this relief assistance for natural calamity from Disaster Response Fund. Okay, from this National Disaster Response Fund, now central government accepted to release funds to these states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu because they had faced these cyclones, floods and droughts. So now let us focus on this word, that is what is this National Disaster Response Fund. So from here also you can expect prelims question. So there is a very high chance because it is highly seen in news. And if you are talking about this National Disaster Response Fund, it is a fund. So actually this fund which is managed by central government, and this fund which is mainly used for meeting expenses which are incurred during this emergency relief, disaster response, rehabilitation in the event of disaster. So whenever any event of disaster which happen, for example earthquake, volcanoes, landslides, mudslides, drought, floods, cyclones, etc. So at that time for emergency relief, for disaster response and for rehabilitation, yes, there will be release of funds. And actually this National Disaster Relief Fund, which was earlier called as National Calamity Contingency Fund, and has been operated as per the guidelines under 11th Finance Commission. Okay, and it was earlier National Calamity Contingency Fund was under this 11th Finance Commission. And actually this fund, it was renamed as National Disaster Response Fund with enactment of this Disaster Management Act of 2005. Okay. And this NDRF, which is placed under this public accounts, it is very important. Public accounts of Government of India under reserve fund, which is not bearing any interest. So why we need this NDRF? What is the purpose? Yes, you have to know that. So first one is to support especially affected states and UTs. Okay, to support affected states and UTs during severe natural and man-made calamities. In the severe natural and man-made calamities, so especially to help these states which faced these disasters, yes, we have this NDRF. And next one is the supplement to state disaster response fund. So here one thing you have to know. So we have national level and as well as we have state level. At national level we have National Disaster Relief Fund, and even in the state level also we have the State Disaster Response Fund. And actually this NDRF, so which is going to address problems of disaster response and as well as management at both state and as well as at national level. And especially they are focusing to carry out organization arrangements, for example scheduling, capacity building, monitoring and rehabilitation activities. So in all those things it will be very helpful. And I want to deal with one more important point here, that is about who are going to maintain these funds. So maintenance of these funds is very important from your prelims point of view. So from prelims you can expect this question, like who are going to maintain these funds, maintenance of the funds. So here the Controller General of Accounts, that is CGA, so which maintains the brief account of NDRF, that is National Disaster Response Fund. That is through Chief Controller of Accounts. So normally that will comes under Ministry of Finance. And this NDRF, which accounts are audited by CAG, that is Comptroller and Auditor General, every year. And if you see some more important points here, the state government should present the copy of audit report of CAG to the Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Finance on demand. So whenever there is demand for these ministries to get the details, yes, now CAG which has to submit the report. And I want to give you one prelims practice question, that is National Disaster Response Fund managed by which of the following? Okay, National Disaster Response Fund which is managed by which of the following? So A is Reserve Bank of India, B is Prime Minister Office, and C is Ministry of Home Affairs, and D is Niti Aayog. So please let me know the correct answer. Yes, now let us move on to next topic. So in the front page itself there are 3 articles. I discussed one and let us move on to another. Title says over 140 hectares gutted in Uttarakhand's forest fires. Unfortunately, Uttarakhand now is in forest fire, and this article is also very important. And 140 hectares of land in this Uttarakhand forest, they had been affected because of forest fires, and it's a very huge extent that I can see. So now let us see the dimensions. So next topic is talking about Uttarakhand fires. Okay, Uttarakhand forest fire. So this article, it is important from your GS paper 1 under geography, and next from GS paper 3 under environment and ecology, and even from GS paper 4 under ethics. So we are covering under environmental ethics. Okay, chapter called as environmental ethics. Clear? So from geography point of view, there is a chapter called as natural vegetation. Can you remember? And so this is one important and favorite area of UPSC, and every year UPSC is asking questions from this natural vegetation topic, like different forest. Okay. So here you have to see Uttarakhand, which comes under Himalayan belt. Yes or no? Himalayan state. Will you accept it or not? So please let me know which type of forest, okay, which type of forest we can see in this Himalayan region in India. Okay, do some research or open your NCERT and please let me know the answer for this question. So if you know this, you can understand why this Uttarakhand is in forest fires now. And next one is from environment and ecology. You have to see like what are the causes of this forest fire, and we can divide it into two types. The first one is natural causes and the second one is man-made causes, and you have to think deeply and you need to have at least 4 to 5 points from this natural causes and man-made causes, and you have to see like what are the measures can be taken. And even this topic is important from your GS paper 3 under disaster management, where we are considering this forest fire as a disaster because it is having lots of impact on biodiversity ecosystem which is present there. And here you have to see like what are the pre-disaster measures and what are the measures during disaster and what are these post-disaster measures. Okay, so these are the things that you have to see, and here you have to focus on especially preventive measures. You have to focus on this preventive measures. Okay, from GS paper 4, that is environmental ethics. So all these are the important dimensions that you have to see from this article point of view. And even in this forest fires also you have to understand what is this forest fires and different types of this forest fires, why forest fires, etc. There are many questions or many dimensions in this article. And now let us try to see them in detail. Yes, if you see the context, it says that massive forest fires sweeping through the dense foliage in the mountains of Uttarakhand for the past 72 hours, they have gutted over 142 hectares of forest land in the state. So in this Uttarakhand, because of this wildfires or wild forest fires, so it had been spread to around 142 hectares of land. So what is the meaning of this forest fire or wildfire? So wildfire, it is an unplanned fire. It is an unplanned fire, and this fire which is often caused by human activity or by a natural phenomena, for example lightning, and they can happen at any time or anywhere. Okay, so wildfires, they can occur in every continent, but they are not seen in Antarctica. So except Antarctica, they can be seen in almost all the continents. So this might be your prelim statement. So don't confuse. In Antarctica, we are not having that much forest. Only we have mosses because it comes in the polar region. Okay. And if you're talking about what are the causes, as I said, we can divide into two causes. So first one is man-made or anthropogenic or human-made causes, and the second one is like natural causes. So what are the human causes? So 90% of wildfires, they are caused by humans because of carelessness of humans. For example, whenever they are leaving campfires like that or like cigarette butts, they will be result in this wildfire disaster every year in our country. And apart from that, whenever we are going for burning of debris or accidents or fireworks, so they also causes this wildfires. And if you are talking about what are the natural causes, the first one is lightning. So because of this lightning which happens especially during the summer season, and it will be generating huge amount of electricity, that will cause like fire, that will trigger the fire by this lightning. And next one is because of volcanic eruption. So whenever magma which is coming from inside the earth, so it will be like very hot. So that hot magma on the earth crust, which is usually expelled out as lava during the volcanic eruption. So whenever this hot lava which is flowing to the nearby fields or land, so they will start wildfires. And next one is because of increasing of temperature. So high temperature and dryness which offer like favorable conditions. So I want to say one thing here, that is, if you are using like wet logs or wet logs or like wet branches to fire, so they will be not catching fire, right? So only the wet things, only the dry things, they will be catching the fire. So whenever there is high temperature, normally what happens, there is increasing of dryness. So because of increasing of dryness, so it will be like a favorable condition to start a fire. And next one is because of this climate change. So climate change is causing gradual increasing of surface air temperature. So because of this, it is also propagating forest fire. And next one is weather components. So whenever there is warmer temperature and lower humidity, so it causes like vapor pressure deficit, and finally that will be increasing, and that can like dry fuels rapidly, and they will allow the fire to grow very fast. So these are some important reasons that you have to see, or the causes of this forest fires. So here in this analysis, I am trying to cover both prelims, mains and interview point of view, and even I am trying to cover GS4. So if you are watching this analysis, please do watch daily. It is my sincere request. Okay. And now let us see like what are the different basic types of forest fires. So there are three types of forest fires. So one is crown fires. So crown fires means nothing but entire trees, they will be burnt from top to bottom. So they are like very intense and as well as very dangerous fires. And next one is surface fires. So in the surface fires, they burn only surface litter or duff. They are the easiest fires to put out, and also they cause very less damage to the forest, because whatever the leaves they were fallen off or twigs they were fallen off, they will be catching the fire. And next one is ground fires. Sometimes they are also called as underground or subsurface fires. So they occur in the deep accumulation of humus, peat, and also like similar dead vegetation that becomes dry enough to burn. So it happens inside the layers of the soil. Okay, so these are the different types of this forest fires. And now let us see some more important things, like how we are going for prevention and management of this forest fires in India. And this part is important from your mains. So how these forest fires can be prevented and managed. So first one is forest, they are subjected to subject in concurrent list. So as you all know that we have Schedule 7. So what is that? We have Schedule 7 of Indian Constitution, which talks about different lists. First one is state list, second one is like center list, and third one is concurrent list. So whenever the subjects which are present in state list, so it is the responsibility of state government to come up with policies, laws, acts, etc. And if any subject in central list, so it is the responsibility of our central government to make laws, policies, etc. And concurrent list, both state government and central government, they have the power. Okay, both state government and central government, they have the power to make the laws. Okay, but here this wildfires, they are part, or forest, they are the part of this concurrent list. So which had been brought through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976. So this point is very important from your prelims. And we also came up with this National Action Plan on Forest Fires of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, they also provide forest fire prevention and management measures, which comes under centrally sponsored forest fire prevention and management scheme. So it is very important. And even we are focusing especially on like increasing of amount which is dedicated to this forest fire works. And funds, they are collected under this FPM, that is Forest Fire Prevention Management. So they are according to the center state cost sharing formula. It will be like 90:10% ratio of central and state funding, which is seen here. And also this type of fund will be helpful especially for proper funding towards this forest fire works. So these are the steps we had regarding addressing of this issue called as forest fires. And now let us see the mains question. That is, what are the factors responsible for the occurrence of forest fires? I discussed about forest fires, right? What are the causes, everything. And this one is, what are the measures that have been suggested under this National Action Plan on Forest Fire to deal with it? So we already discussed that. So try to write an answer for this question without any fail. Okay. And now let us move back to the next topic, again the front page itself. Militants killed 2 CRPF personnel in Manipur. So here the key word here is CRPF, okay, Central Reserve Police Forces. So you can get a question regarding the CRPF as well. So let us see this topic. So why it is in news? First of all, because what happened, 2 militants, they were killed. Okay, militants, they killed like 2 CRPF personnel in Manipur. So actually the first instance of targeted attack on central security forces because of this ethnic violence is erupted in Manipur a year ago. So now here 2 Central Reserve Police Force personnel, they were killed and 2 were seriously injured in this Bilaspur district. Okay, Bishnupur district. So because of this is in news. And if you are talking about some details, it says that we have the Central Reserve Police Force, that is CRPF. So this CRPF, it is a premier central police force which comes under Union of India, that is central government, and especially they are focusing on this internal security. And under which ministry they are functioning? They are functioning under Ministry of Home Affairs. And actually, if you are talking about what are the duties they are performing, it is very important. So first one is they will be focusing on crowd control, and they will be focusing on this riots control, and they are focusing on this counter militancy operations and insurgency operations, and they will be also dealing with left-wing extremism. So those are the important functions or the role of this CRPF. And this one is overall coordination of large scale security arrangement. So they will be also going for large scale security arrangement. And this one is they are also focusing on protection of VIPs and as well as vital installations. And this one is we are also going for checking of environmental degradation and also protection of flora and fauna. And next one is participating in US peacekeeping mission, and even they are focusing on relief and rescue operations at the time of national calamities. So these are the some important functions of the CRPF. So these are very, very important. And now let us go to our Delhi page. And there is nothing much important in our today's newspaper. You can directly move on to our news page. Okay, news page. So in news page, I found there are some articles which are relevant. Now let us see those. So leave this elections page. Yes, here in this page, I found some important articles. Yes, here you can see the article title. That is, India set to sign trade deal with Oman to expand its West Asia ties. Especially India wants to improve its ties with West Asian countries. So can you tell me like recent developments in this West Asia? And already discussed. So please tell me like what are the developments in this West Asia which are going on. So in meanwhile, I will have some water. Come on, type it fast. Done, students? And this year, this West Asia and Middle East is very important and it's highly new. So you can expect both prelims and mains questions from this area for sure. So focus on this and believe me and trust me. Then you can easily sail through your examination for sure. Okay, let us see this topic. First of all, let us see the dimensions. So here, this article is talking about West Asia. and this topic is important from GS paper 2 under international relations and even GS paper 1 under geography. And under geography from prelims you can expect like map based question for sure. So go through some important countries and boundary of countries, water bodies, rivers, etc. from this area. And from international relations you have to see like countries which are part of this West Asia and what is the conflict which is going on in West Asia, for example Israel-Palestine issue, and because of this Israel-Palestine issue how international community is reacting, and even you can see like United Nations Security Council and its resolutions. And you have to see like this article is talking about Oman. Okay, so why Oman is important? So what is strategic importance of Oman? You have to see that, and you have to see like which are the areas of cooperation between India and Oman, and you have to see map, and you have to see especially the water bodies which are present, and you have to see like what is the trade, okay, and why we are moving towards Oman now, what is uncertainty which is going on this West Asia that is leading to India moving towards Oman. That is also very important point. Okay, so now these are the dimensions that you have to see. So let us move on to the notes part. So why it is in news? I hope you can see the screen, right? India and Oman, they will sign a trade deal but had not yet done, but in future we are going to have this deal with Oman. So in coming months, two Indian government officials said New Delhi seeks to expand its ties in West Asia. So actually our country wants to expand its ties in West Asia because of increasing of tensions, and because of increasing of tensions in this West Asia, so because of this it is going to have like negative impact on the major shipping routes, for example Strait of Hormuz. And because of this agreement which we are going to sign between India and Oman, so it will help India with a strategic partner, and even it will be also helpful for India to assess like important trade routes in this very highly unstable region or volatile region. So if you see some details, it says that India and Oman, they have annual trade which is less than 13 billion, and if you see the relationship is very important for now India because it is a Gulf nation, and this Oman will be acting as a gateway so that here we can have access to this Strait of Hormuz which is present between Oman and Iran. Okay, and this Strait of Hormuz is very important because we are going to have like global oil shipments which will be going through this route. And Israel's war against this Hamas in Gaza, that had been spread to other countries. Now here Iran, Yemen, so US, UK, they all are fighting. But this Iran and Yemen, they are supporting this Gazas. Okay. And because of this here, Houthi rebellions, who are present in this Yemen, they started like making repeated attacks by using drones and as well as missile attacks in this Red Sea region. So because of this, yes, we need to have our proper secure water channel. That is the thing. And if you see why this Oman is important for India, so what is the significance of Oman? So first one is like strategic importance. So if you see the maritime control, Oman, which controls southeastern entrance to the South Strait of Hormuz. Actually, this is one of the important choke points for global oil supplements. And this one is regarding energy security. So they are having like oil and gas cooperation. So Oman is very much crucial partner in India's quest for energy security. India is always focusing on energy security, and in that Oman is very important. And even it is significant supplier of crude oil, and we have lots and lots of bilateral and as well as investments in this energy sector as well, because we are diversifying our energy sources. And next important strategic advantage is because of regional forums. So Oman, which is also serving as an important interlocutor for India in other regional forums, like for example GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council, and as well as in Arab League, and as well as even in Indian Ocean Rim Association. So in these areas, yes, Oman which is supporting India. And next one is historical and cultural ties here. So here trade and cultural links, they are also like similar. So historical trade routes and cultural exchanges, they are between India and Oman. So that foster a deep socio-cultural bond. Okay, so we are having a very good socio-cultural bond because of that. And this shared history provides a foundation for diplomatic and economic cooperation. And apart from that, if you see the second one or next one, that is defense and security cooperation. Okay, so even in the defense and security cooperation also, here Oman plays a very important role, because Oman, which recognized India as the closest defense partner in the Gulf region. So even we came with joint military exercises for the collaboration with the defense, okay, and as well as regional safety and security of Oman. And this one is economic collaboration. Like Oman is among India's top trading partners, okay, and because of this, yes, we need this Oman. And next one is counter-terrorism operations. So there is also shared strategical concerns, like both nations they have like shared concerns. They can share the concerns related to regional security and as well as counter-terrorism efforts. And even we are having like collaboration, intelligence sharing, and as well as we are having this joint military exercises, and as well as we are focusing on like a much more bigger goal so that we can maintain stability in this region. And the next one here is even we have like multilateral engagement. So here in this multilateral engagement, so G20 participation, Oman's inclusion as a guest country during India's G20 presidency, which also reflects recognition of its importance in this India's global engagement strategy. So all these are very important. And now let us have a look over the map. So this is map of like West Asia or Middle East. Okay, so this part is Middle East and this part is West Asia. So here we have Arabian Sea, and here you have to see the water bodies. So this is our Oman, and here we have tip part, and this is Oman, and it is sharing a boundary by this Saudi Arabia and UAE here. And here there are many important water bodies. Here we have Arabian Sea, and here we have Gulf of Oman, and here we have Persian Gulf, and between this we have a small strait. It is called as Strait of Hormuz. It is very important. And I want to see the next article. It is about rocks with evidence of Earth's magnetic field discovered. So this article is important from your geography. So today the time is not permitting me to discuss this topic, and if I start this, it will be taking like more than half an hour to discuss a single topic. So we are going to plan in the next future classes. So as of now, we are going to see like what is the gist of this article. That's it. So if you see the context, it says that geologists from MIT and Oxford University, they found that like ancient rocks in Greenland region, and these rocks, they are bearing like oldest remnants of its early magnetic field. So as you all know that because of this diastrophism and because of this continuous movement of magma, so we can see like formation of rocks, aligning of rocks according to their magnetic field. And we have alternate bands of arrangement of rocks. Okay, so the researchers, they determined that these rocks are like about 3.7 billion years old, and even they have the signatures of magnetic field with a strength of at least 15 microtesla. So they are having even strength of magnetic field of 15 microtesla. and the ancient field which is very much similar to that of the magnitude of this Earth's magnetic field which is present today. And if you see the details, it says that the results of the study which published in a journal, and it said that yes, we are having an evidence of magnetic field which is surrounding the Earth, and previous studies which said that the magnetic field is on the Earth that is at least 3.5 billion years old. And if Earth's magnetic field was found around a few hundred million years earlier, it could have played a very critical role in making the planet habitable. So this Earth's magnetic field was like very useful. It played a very critical role. And if you are talking about one more thing here, scientists, they suspect that early in its evolution, the Earth was able to foster life. Okay, so here the Earth was able to foster life, and in part due to an early magnetic field, it was like very strong enough to retain a life sustaining atmosphere, and simultaneously it will be shield the planet from damaging the solar radiation. So actually this magnetic field is very important. So with this magnetic field only, now we are identifying like North Pole here and South Pole here, and we are using like different compasses to find the directions, right? So this Earth magnetic field like 3.5 billion years ago old. So now we are also having the same magnetic field. This is seen here, and Earth's magnetic field was around a few hundred millions earlier. It could have played a very critical role in the making of planet habitable. So habitable means nothing but to make life existence. Okay, to make life existence on this planet, this magnetic field which had been helped a lot. And next one is scientists, they suspect that early in its evolution, the Earth was able to foster life in part due to early magnetic field, and this field was like very strong enough to retain the life which is sustaining atmosphere. So magnetic field is very much helpful to hold the atmosphere, okay, to hold the atmosphere, so that it will be helpful like to avoid the damage from this solar radiation, because in solar radiation we are also getting UV rays, they are very harmful. So to save the planet from the solar radiation, this magnetic field is very important. Okay, and there is one more article in your science page that is about extreme floods in Pakistan that led to heat waves in China. So here we have to see these two concepts called as heat waves and floods. So I will tell you like the dimensions. So focus on these dimensions. So first one is like floods. Okay, floods in Pakistan. And on another side it is talking about heat waves in China. Okay, so here you have to know like what are the reasons of floods and what are the measures can be taken to address these floods. Okay, what are the measures and what are the reasons of floods, okay, that you have to see, and even you have to see like what is the way forward. You have to see like what is a way forward. And next you have to see like heat waves. So you have to see like what are these heat waves and what are the conditions. Okay, so you have to see like definition. So definition according to IMD or like World Meteorological Organization, and you have to see like temperature variation in hills or in plains region, etc. And you have to see like what are the measures can be taken to address these heat waves. Okay, so in this way you can get a question. So now let us see why it is in news. So extreme heat waves are seen in China, follow floods in Pakistan because of upper troposphere pathway. So if you are talking about different layers of atmosphere, so for example, let us consider this as Earth's surface. We have troposphere, we have stratosphere, so we have mesosphere. Okay, above that we have ionosphere, okay, like that. So here especially this troposphere, it is responsible for this heat waves in China and as well as floods in Pakistan. So this is the thing which mainly said in analysis of like 40 years of atmospheric data. And this pathway which emerges due to systems internal variability. So because of internal variability and because of this especially it occurs independent of sea surface temperature which is forcing patterns. So here this pathway which is because of the system's internal variability and is also like causing independent sea surface temperature. So because of global warming, it is also one important reason we can say. So because of this global warming, that is leading to increasing of sea surface temperature, SST. So because of this increasing of sea surface temperature, it is having lots of negative impacts. In some areas they are going to have floods, in some areas they are going to have droughts, in some areas they are going to have like heat waves. Okay. So in summer of 2022, Pakistan experienced catastrophic flooding. So because of this Pakistan went into economic distress and even Pakistan approached IMF to have bailout. Yes or no? And right afterward, after this Pakistan's flood, here China was struck by long running heat waves which followed by the severe drought. Okay, so it is the important reason which is behind this is like there is some change in upper tropospheric pathway. Okay, so in troposphere there are some changes. Because of this it is causing floods, it is causing droughts, and why? The main reason is because of global warming, or I can say like climate change. Okay, so now let us move on to our Hindu paper. So here in this science page I discussed about this article regarding evidence of magnetic field, and here there is one article I discussed about this extreme floods in Pakistan that led to heat waves in China, and that's all. Okay, so these are the very important topics that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I am concluding. So before concluding I will be showing like where can you get the notes of this class. Okay, you can get the notes in this Telegram channel, that is Rathods IAS classes. So do join this channel so that you can get notes in the PDF format, and if there are any video which had been uploaded, then you will be getting the notification in this channel so that you will be not missing anything. And this is our Rathods IAS Academy YouTube channel, so please do subscribe to this channel. And Rathods IAS Academy is also providing like online GS prelims cum mains foundation course, and the cost is 20,000 rupees only. So you can join online course, and if you have any queries regarding online or offline, you can call us on this number 8074765513, and this is our WhatsApp number also. You can text us on WhatsApp as well. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you really like this class, hit the like button, and please do share this class to your friends also. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And if you want to take offline course, so please do register as soon as possible. Okay, thank you so much for watching.